Thanks for listening to the GOSH podcast. GOSH stands for the Gynecologic Oncology Sharing Hub, an open space for real and evidence-based discussions on gynecologic cancers. We'll share the stories of gynae cancer patients and survivors and hear from researchers and clinicians who are working behind the scenes to improve the lives of people with gynecologic cancers. Our podcast is produced and recorded on the traditional unceded territories of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh nations. It is produced by the Gynecologic Cancer Initiative, a province-wide initiative in British Columbia with the mission to accelerate transformative research and translational practice on the prevention, detection, treatment, and survivorship of gynecologic cancers.
Hi, I'm Nicole Kay.
And I'm Stephanie Lamb.
And you're listening to the GOSH podcast.
Hi, I'm Shana. This is the GOSH podcast. What's your name?
I'm Maddy Testa.
So how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling tired. Yeah, how about you?
Me too, for sure. We're like pretty much we're at like the end of the program, so it's good that like all the work's done now.
Yeah.
So what year of high school are you in?
I'm going into grade 11.
How do you feel about your poster presentation?
I'm like slightly nervous. Like I said, I stutter a bit like under pressure, but like it's not too bad because like I think it'll be chill because it's like in like a atrium and everyone else is presenting, so it's like it won't be that bad.
Yeah, I think there's like 34 students.
Yeah.
Or something here, and then we also have like the one on Zoom too.
Yeah.
So how did you hear about the seed2STEM program?
So it was through my ABED support teacher in my high school, and she asked if me and my friend wanted to go on a UBC tour. So like we were like, duh. And then there was these booths set up, and I almost skipped the last one, but I was like, I'll go to it anyway. And then I went and found this program, and I was like, this would be a really great experience. And yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Is this your first time doing the program?
Yes.
And what made you decide to join the seed2STEM program?
It looked like a great opportunity because it's like STEM, and I'm interested in STEM, and like it was also like paid, and I was like, I need that in my life, so.
What did you expect when you joined the program?
I wasn't too sure because like I was coming up from Maple Ridge, so it was definitely like just like a blind like opportunity, and I was like this will be fine, and like it's with like reliable organizations like UBC and BGH, so I was like
yeah, for sure. What activities or field trips did you find interesting and fun?
I thought like all of them were fun, but me and my friend, we really enjoyed the cast session. That was fun.
Oh, yeah, that was really fun. I
Yeah.
really enjoyed that.
Yeah, because
I've never gone to cast before.
me neither. So I was like,
My first and hopefully last time.
exactly.
What lab did you work in?
It was the Oath Care lab, and yeah, I had a great supervisor.
And what was your project about?
It was about line 1 protein in endometrial cancer, and like how it affects the progression and survival rates.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Could you talk about what you learned during this project?
I learned a lot about just like post-secondary information, like what I want in my future, and like talking with people with PhDs and medical degrees and all that, and it definitely like confirmed what I want in my future.
Yeah, for sure. I totally agree. Working with like PhD students, master's students, everyone has like such different backgrounds, and then you go to like a lab and it's just like really cool to meet all these people.
Yeah.
So what was your favorite part about the program?
Probably meeting the people. Like it was nice to get all this like information, because like obviously I knew some of it before, but it just exactly like it enhanced everything that I want to know.
Yeah, for sure. How did the seed2STEM program affect your career choices, if it did?
I knew I wanted to go into somewhat healthcare related, or helping people. I definitely want to, I wanted to pursue post-secondary education. I just wasn't exactly sure what I want, but now I have a better idea.
So, would you do this program again? Why or why not?
Yeah, I would. The only reason why I wouldn't is because it does take a month of your summer. But I mean, you have like the rest of your summers of your life, so it's like okay.
Yeah, for sure. What advice do you have for future students?
Ask questions, because like you're not gonna like know anything more if you don't, and like there's never like a dumb question.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Maddie. Hi, I'm Shana George. Welcome to the Gosh podcast, and this is
Alyssa Campbell.
How are you feeling today?
Pretty alright. I'm tired.
Yeah, me too. What year of high school are you in?
I actually just graduated.
Oh,
Yeah, so I finished grade 12.
Are you happy about that?
Quite happy. I'm tired of high school.
Yeah, high school. It's so nice, like, because once you graduate, you're like out in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Are you excited to like be an adult now?
Well, kind of. Like, I'm moving out at the end of this month, so
That's
I'm a
exciting.
little bit nervous about that,
Yeah.
but it should be alright.
How do you feel about your poster presentation?
I think it's good. I think it's well organized. Might be. It feels boring to me, but I'm hoping other people will be interested in it.
Oh yeah. Why do you think you find it boring?
Because of the work that I did. Like,
Oh.
what I did in the office, because it's an office job on a computer all day. It's not the most fun when I talk about specifically what I did, but the study is really interesting and really important too.
Yeah. How did you hear about the seed2STEM program?
From my visit to UBC when they had the Indigenous tour, right? Like they have the specific tour geared towards Indigenous students and stuff.
Yeah. Did you hear about that through like high school? Like, did you go with your high school, or was it just?
Yeah, I went with my high school. Well, my district. We have a really small population of like Native kids, so I went with my district. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Is this your first time doing the seed2STEM program?
Yes, it is.
Why did you decide to join the seed2STEM program?
I don't know. I thought it might be something fun. My Indigenous success teacher, Linda, was really pushing. She was like, you should try it at least once. Like, it's your last year, you gotta try it. So I was like, okay, try it.
Yeah. My Indigenous support teacher helped me like find this job too. It was really cool. I read this book called The Tale of Dueling Neurosurgeons. Yeah, so I read that book, and then my Indigenous support teacher was like, hey, there's this program I really think you would like. So I decided to try it out, and I've been coming back every year. So it's been pretty good. So what did you expect when you joined the program?
I thought there would be like a lot more lab work. Like I thought I would be doing a lot of like wet slides and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I thought there would be a lot more like lab work and like microscopes, and I don't know, just when you think of science, you think of like in a lab, like testing stuff, or like cutting things open or whatever, because I did biology, so that's what I think.
Oh yeah. If you joined again, would you join a different lab to do what lab work?
No. I work with Dr. Brotto, and I love her. She's
Oh, yeah.
my favorite.
That's cool.
Or favorite doctors. I don't actually remember at this moment, but she's my favorite.
How did you find out about her?
Through a documentary on Netflix called The Principles of Pleasure. It sounds interesting when you like hear the title, and you're like, that's a little bit weird, but it's all about like sexual health and like how it connects to the brain and everything. So
Yeah. So what activities and field trips did you enjoy the most?
I think I like the museum visit.
The beach biodiversity?
Yes.
Yeah, that one was really cool. I like the whale, like at the very front.
That was so cool to look at it.
Yeah. So what was your project about?
My project was on sexual dysfunction and genitopelvic pain in Indigenous women and Two-Spirit persons. So it's conducted by SHAPE, and it's all for like it's these sexual health and genitopelvic pain. Something like there's more to it. I just can't think of the name at the moment, but if you look up Shape Hub, you can find out exactly everything that it's about. But it's to find out what Indigenous women and Two-Spirit persons are going through, like sexually, like with sexual dysfunction and genital pelvic pain, and find out what like means of support they need in the future.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really good work. So what were your responsibilities for the project?
Doing outreach, I had to find different health centers and counseling centers and other specific centers that are geared towards like Indigenous people, and reach out to them asking if they're interested in sharing our survey with members of their organization. And then so I called them and I emailed them asking them if they were interested, and I researched about 135 all throughout Canada, and I got maybe 60 answers back so far. I haven't checked my email recently, but got a good amount. And then I also created a advertisement poster for it as well. Yeah.
Oh, that's really good. What was your favorite part about the program?
Honestly, learning more about like what other people are going through, like finding out that there are people putting Indigenous people like first, and like learning about like what they're going through, and it's not just like they're not just pushed off to the side, like they're actually actively thinking about them, because our government and our society isn't doing so great, but there's still hope, like there's still people doing stuff, and it's really good to hear about. So
Yeah, I agree for sure. Like especially like with the seed2STEM program, which is like cool too, because they're like prioritizing Indigenous things too.
Yeah.
And it's really cool that like Lori Brotto like has a project, and you were like, oh my god, I love her. When I first heard that, I was like, wow, that's so cool. Like it's really cool. So how did the seed2STEM program affect your career choices, if it did?
It hasn't changed it. I mean, it's definitely helped, because in the past I was actually really, like I'm still really into sexual health. I actually teach kids like sex ed from grades 8 to 10 with BLUSH, which is under Vancouver Coastal Health, and BLUSH stands for Bold Learning for Understanding Sexual Health. So we teach them about consent and STIs and how to use like different barriers and everything. So, and I think people should know more about it. Like it's a really taboo topic, and I think doing more research and talking about it and putting studies out there and having people learn about like different things like about their bodies too, because a lot of STIs can actually lead to even worse health conditions. It's really important.
Would you do this program again? Why or why not?
I can kind of do this program again, but like not the way a high school student would, because I am going into post-secondary school. But I guess it all depends on where I am next year, like how I'm feeling next year, what I can do next year. I really want to travel to Europe. So
oh yeah, Europe would be cool.
If I'm busy, probably not, but if I'm not busy, then I would gladly come back. It's a nice program. I like the program.
Yeah. What advice do you have for future students?
Don't give up. I know one person who quit. I think like every study that every student did is important in some way, and I think having an Indigenous voice within that study is really important too. So honestly, and if they do have a problem with like what type of research they're doing, I think they should just talk to Corey or Cheryl about it. I think there's other options.
Yeah, for sure. I totally agree. It is like a really cool program, because then they do take like Indigenous people, like they put them as a priority to like expand and learn and like have opportunities. So I agree. Thank you. Hi, my name is Shana George. This is the Gosh podcast, and this is
Hi, I'm Maddy Perreault. This is my first year doing seed2STEM.
How are you feeling today?
I'm good.
That's good. What year of high school are you in?
I'm in grade 11. Well, going into.
Are you excited for that?
It's pretty nervous because you have to like start like actually caring about what you do in school.
How did you feel about the poster presentation practice yesterday?
It went pretty good. It was like, it like really helped, I'd say.
Yeah, for sure. So how did you hear about the seed2STEM program?
I heard about it from like Google, scrolling through things. It just kind of came up as like the first thing. And so I clicked it.
That's cool. I haven't heard about like that being like in an ad before somewhere.
It was like advertised.
So is this your first year doing the program?
Yeah, it's my first year. I'll probably come back.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
Why did you decide to join the seed2STEM program?
I decided it because I plan to go to UBC for like neuroscience or microbiology, and it just gives me like a preview of what like university life will be like.
Yeah.
And being in the lab.
What do you think inspired you to go into neuroscience or microbiology?
Since I was like 12, I've always wanted to be a psychiatrist. Like I love psychology, but I also love biology, and I was like, neuroscience is kind of like a mix of it. It's because you take some psychology classes and you take some like neuro, and I really like the idea of that.
Oh yeah. What did you expect when you joined the program?
Like to meet new friends and just to be in like a lab. I didn't really expect that much.
Oh yeah. Is this your first job?
Yes, it's my first job.
Yeah, it was my first job too. What activities or field trips did you find the most interesting?
Probably when we went to Cell Technologies and we got to do like the strawberry DNA experiment.
Oh yeah, that one was fun. I really enjoyed that one too.
Yeah, we got some cool photos.
Yeah. I haven't seen them yet, have you?
Yeah, I got sent them. I added them to like my Instagram story.
Oh yeah. So which lab did you work in?
I work in the
So what lab did you work in?
I work in the McNelly lab and Roz Kelly lab at UBC. One's in the life science building and one's in the biomedical engineering.
Oh yeah, I really like the life science buildings. So what was your project about?
My lab was working on drug, like we were looking at the expression of podocalypsin in tumors, and podocalypsin's like a protein. And so we were just like doing it in like slides with like immunohistochemistry staining and Western blotting, which didn't work, but that's okay.
Yeah, Western blots are really tedious like that for sure. So what were your responsibilities for your project?
It was just doing like that and then like taking photos of like the tumors with like the staining and then just sending them to like my supervisor.
Oh yeah, did you use the microscopes?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
We used them.
For like the photos?
Yes.
Oh yeah, those are really tedious too. But it's really like nice seeing like all the colors.
Yeah, you can like actually see them form, which is cool.
That's really cool. So what was your favorite part about the program?
Probably the Mondays where we got like to do that fun activities. Because you got to be with like teenagers rather than always with adults.
Yeah, it was really fun. Because like Dean and I, like when we first started, we never had like things like that. This is the first year that like they've added like these kind of things. We did have like field trips to other like places, but this was like really cool to see like stem cell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So how did the seed2STEM program affect your career choices, if it did?
It didn't really like affect my career choices. It just kind of like validated that I wanted to go into that.
Oh yeah, that's good. What advice do you have for future students?
I'd say ask questions like to Cheryl, like the ICORD person, and because like if you don't like your lab, she can like talk to your supervisor and like adjust it so you'd actually enjoy being there, because you don't always get along at first.
Yeah. Yeah, well, thank you for chatting. Do you have anything else you would like to add?
Oh.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us on the Gosh podcast. To learn more about the Gynecologic Cancer Initiative and our podcast, make sure to check out our website at gynecancerinitiative.ca.